You're going to use pattern piece 20A to construct the dart sample for your sample book. When cutting out pattern piece 20A, you're going to cut one piece of fabric. Make sure you cut all the way around the rectangle. This inside triangle is a pattern symbol for a dart. So if you see this on any pattern pieces, this is going to indicate that you will be constructing a dart before you sew your pattern piece to another piece of fabric. The purposes of darts are to help give shape to flat fabric, to help them fit curves of the body. So a lot of times you'll see them on tops as well as on skirts. So the first thing that we want to do is get our other materials that we'll need in order to transfer our pattern symbol onto our fabric. When you're marking your dart, it's really important that you mark the lines accurately so that you get a nice smooth dart. So you're going to take your tracing paper and you're going to put your colored side down over your fabric. Then you're going to take your dart sample and you're going to use your tracing wheel to carefully follow all of the lines that are on your pattern symbol. Being really careful that you get that point. It'll just be helpful when you go to sew. When you do your markings, you want to make sure that you actually mark on the right side of your fabric because you're going to be bringing the right sides together. Once you've transferred your symbol onto your fabric, it is helpful to put some pins on the outside lines of your dart. That'll just help you as you line it up. Okay, so you can see I'm going on the outside of the triangle. I'm just using some pins to place over those lines. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my center line as the fold and align my two outside dotted lines. So again, you can see how the pins meet so that I know my lines have matched up. To begin constructing your dart, it's helpful if you place some pins to help stabilize your fabric. It's really important that you follow your dotted line carefully so that your dart is shaped correctly and fits the body curves. When I start sewing, and again I'm using the 2.5 inch stitch length, I'm going to sew a few stitches and then I'm going to backstitch to secure them. As I angle up towards the corner of my dart, I want to make sure I'm staying as close to that dotted line as possible, and then when I get to the finished edge, I want to make sure that I continue sewing so I have a little bit of thread in order to make a knot. Okay, so notice how I didn't backstitch. So go ahead and use the thread cutter to clip your thread. Then you're going to peel apart your edges and you're going to tie a small knot. Which will secure the point of your dart. After you have your dart completed, depending on if you have a horizontal or vertical darts, you're going to either press the dart towards the center lines of the garment or downward, so whichever one is appropriate. But as you can see, so you'll see you start at the widest end, following the dotted lines, tie a knot when you get to the edge, you clip your threads, and then you're going to press open your dart. This is what would appear on the outside of your garment.